Hi, this is Sister Bear. Welcome you to the Four Seasons Fall. But it's almost on November. But we're going to do the winter solstice on December. But let's take a look at the top 10 Scarecrow Shocking Facts. And we'll see about this. Action!
Hey guys, welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie. Scarecrow is a
supervillain. That scares me off. Halloween is now over with.
So I'm here to remedy that. Now, gas masks on, everyone.
Still take a look at that.
10 shocking facts about Scarecrow.
Top 10 Nerd. Scarecrow Shocking Facts.
Number 10. Now, as usual, I'll start with a brief summary of Scarecrow's origin so that everyone's on the same page.
Ooh, that's scary.
Was subjected to illegal experiments by his father, who intended to understand and control fear. When his father died unexpectedly while Jonathan was inside the test chamber with fear toxins, the boy was left for days, slowly turning into madness. However, with this madness came a mastery of fear, which he used along with the fear toxin to aid in his future as a psychologist.
Yeah, that's terrorized.
Number 9. Scarecrow is based on a legend of Sleepy Hollow. Both Scarecrow's name and looks are based on those of the main character of Sleepy Hollow.
Ooh, the Sleepy Hollow.
Now, obviously,
it's a Halloween
Crane's
tale.
last name is
but
a
this
reference
tradition.
to Ichabod Crane, but his thin, wiry appearance is also based on the book, since Ichabod was described as a goofy old scarecrow who has escaped the cornfield. He kind of seems like what would happen if Ichabod saw the horseman, went insane, then wanted everyone else to feel the same fear he did, while taking advantage of his natural scarecrow look. Number 8. He was one of Batman's first villains. When most people think
one of the
Batman,
Batman's first villains I ever
like
saw.
Joker or Penguin or Riddler. But Scarecrow was actually one of the first of Batman's rogues gallery to be introduced. Scarecrow was first seen in World's Finest number 3, The Riddle of the Human Scarecrow. 3 months
it
before
includes
Penguin,
96 pages.
7 years before we saw
That's
Riddler.
the supervillain, the
so
Scarecrow.
long, the original version of the Scarecrow was quite different
I don't
from
even
the
know
one we
like
know about
Batman.
today. Which brings me to my next point. Number 7. When he was first introduced, he didn't have any powers. Nowadays, we all know that his main weapon is his weaponized fear chemicals. But when we first saw Scarecrow, he was just a
you didn't
dude
steal
dressed
about
as a
these
scarecrow who
powers.
shot people, which sounds
That's
pretty
shocked.
lame, but if you think about it, a lot of scary things sound pretty lame in the light of day. If there was a guy going around shooting people, I'd be
Still
scared
got
of him
hit.
even if he had a cute bunny rabbit mask on. He didn't actually start using his fear chemicals until 1983 in Brave and the Bold number 197, meaning Scarecrow was around for 40 years before they decided to actually make him interesting. Weird. Number 6. Fear chemicals were introduced before Scarecrow. Despite the fear gas basically being synonymous with Scarecrow at this point, he was actually introduced after we got our first glimpse of the idea of the chemical-induced fear. In Detective Comics 46, Hugo Strange used fear dust to turn the police into shivering scaredy cats and allowed criminals to steal things without punishment. It didn't work out because it was the 40s and holy crap were villains ever stupid in the 40s. But it's pretty cool that this concept has survived for so long. Strangely, this didn't become a weapon of Scarecrow's until 1983, but since then it has become a staple of the villain. Number 5. He's had a bunch of different toxins over the years. Scarecrow tends to depend most
Got
on
a bunch of different
hallucinogenic
toxins
gas,
over the
but that
years.
doesn't mean that's the only weapon in his arsenal. He helped Bane to create a new Bane venom
Still
that
got a
increased
super
strength
mutant.
while making the user fearless. There's the super toxin 451A made by his father that used, wait for it, the sweat of frightened children
Wow,
to make it
that's
more potent, so
frightening
it's
as
harder
death.
and can last for months. There's even the trauma toxin that replicates the effects of intense traumatic events on subjects. Now this is probably the worst one since it
That's the
scars
most
the brain
appropriate
and
things
tears the
I ever
mind,
done
turning the victim into a
in the
mindless
4
zombie
seasons
of a person.
fall.
It's so severe that Scarecrow himself doesn't even use it because he can't manipulate
Why not
people
try
if they're
about
basically an
this?
empty shell.
Why not
4,
try about
gas
that?
isn't his only weapon. While most people know Scarecrow
Gas
as being
isn't his
gassier than my
only
dog after
weapon.
she eats cheese, he does have one weapon he can use that doesn't require the fear
Sorry,
gas. His high
you
frequency
lose.
emitter fear device attacked the victim's nervous system,
That
creating a fear
scares
response
me
in them
off.
to incapacitate them. This is actually based on a real-world tactic of using these kinds of sounds to scare birds, but was used instead to bring about
Oh,
intense
just
fear
be
in
afraid.
humans. If he altered
Even
the frequency, he could change the visions they saw. This will sound messed up, but I think it'd be totally fun to have one of those.
Still
I
got
wouldn't become a
hunting.
villain, but it'd be pretty funny to mess with my friends. Am I a monster? Number 3. He goes both ways. It's true that Scarecrow spends
Goes
most of
both
the time
ways.
making people scared for profit, but he's actually pretty versatile with his gas. For instance, in 1987's Detective Comics number 571, he used the gas to actually eliminate fear, selling it to athletes. But then the athletes realized that without fear, they're way too reckless and get injured a lot, so he charged them even more to reverse it. This plan is kind of along the lines of Joker's plan to conquer
Still a little
the
bit wrong.
Jokerfish, or like Tony Stark's Extremis app, but worse. This was a really neat Scarecrow story since it was a departure from the usual, hey, look how scared these people are now.
Got it.
He can turn into the Scare Beast. While usually Scarecrow looks normal and depends on his gas to get all scary, when he becomes particularly
Scary
angry, he's able
monster.
to change into the Scare Beast,
scary
an enormous,
Scarecrow
super-strong
monster.
creature that emits its own fear toxin. Scare Beast was first seen after Penguin caused Crane to change in order to punish his disloyal followers. But later in the comics, Crane transformed again due to extreme rage.
Well,
meaning
that's
he
like
has
a
the ability to
transforming
change without
sequence.
the Penguin's aid. This is certainly an intimidating version
That's
of Scarecrow, and
mysterious.
it's pretty wicked to see him looking as scary to us as he would to his victims. Number 1. Scarecrow was almost played by Coolio. If you were unfortunate enough to have seen Batman
Well,
and
rest
Robin
in
back in the
peace,
day, which I should say
Coolio.
I loved as a kid,
Still
but
dead.
later learned to hate, you may have noticed that the rapper Coolio played Banker, the organizer of motorcycle street races. It seemed like kind of a weird part for him, but
That's
it turns
dead.
out he took it because he was offered the role of Scarecrow
Still
in the
the
next planned
memories.
film. Thankfully, the film fell through because Batman and Robin did so badly, and we were saved from seeing that would-be train wreck. I'm definitely happy to have waited for Cillian Murphy to absolutely nail the part in Batman Begins, although he was introduced in The Dark Knight. Also,
got
as a side
accent.
note, Coolio is 53 now. When did that happen? That's it for today. Hope you guys...
Well, that's all for today. But anyways, see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.